Hey, how are you doing today? Wagwan. Now, in today's video, I was asked by one of my subscribers here, what is the difference with living in Canada and living in Jamaica? Now, that's what we're going to get into today. But before even begin, have you subscribed to this channel as yet? Please go ahead and subscribe. I really appreciate each and every one of you here. And that also motivates me to create more content like this. Now, let's talk about what is the difference between living in Canada and living in Jamaica. Living in a first world country and living in a third world country, there are significant differences which you will have to learn to adapt and adjust to. Now, for the main one is the culture. Culture. The culture here in Canada is very different. Jamaican culture, people are friendly. We might be a little rude sometimes. I love you the side eye, or, easy to cuss out people and carry on. Well, you will not find that here in Canada. Canada people here, they're very polite. A lot of them fake it. Jamaicans living in Jamaica, if somebody not like you, so them not like you, right? So you avoid them. Here it's different because you don't know whether they're faking it or whether they really like you, right? So it's hard to trust people here. They will smile with you, laugh with you, and then as you turn your back, them stab you behind the back. This happens very often at work. You go to work, they smile up and you think, say, yes, you and them are friend. You find a work at friend, cannot be trusted, cannot be trusted. So that is the main difference that I found when I just came here to Canada. Culture is different. Then the other thing, culture, we're all Jamaicans, we're all one. Here, Canada is multicultural. So you'll find a wide variety of different cultures, different races here in Canada, which you will have to learn to adjust and adapt to, especially again in the working world, right? So for me as a nurse working and serving other people, I have to understand their culture, understand that they're different, adjust to their language because there's different languages here spoken. So it's getting adjusted and adapted to the culture. Another thing too with the culture, in Jamaica, we know our neighbors, we know the streets, our kids laugh and they play together. Here, it is different. People are not so friendly and open to, they more want to get into your business, where you come from, what you do, and all that stuff. But when it comes on to, Miss Brown, we live across the road, Miss Brown, cook little food, they can get little food. If you're going out, you can leave your child here, there, or with somebody, So that sort of community support, it's not really here in Canada. It's each man is on their own. If you don't have your own community resource and your own community system like other friends and families that you know from Jamaica, then it's going to be hard for you because the social life is a lot different, actually, the social life. When you come here, you have to collaborate and find others who are like you, the culture is the same, and you can support each other, because it can be a long road when you choose to relocate to Canada, because you're used to going out, you're used to going down the road and you know everybody. Here it takes a while to build up a community and build up a network of support system. Food. When you go to restaurants, it's hard to find your Jamaican food, your yardy food. You drive out for breakfast, you can stop at a juicy beef and you get your porridge or your patty, your curry chicken, brown stew chicken, and all of that. Here it's harder to find. There are Jamaican restaurants, but depending on where you are in Canada. So the food is different. Even when you go to restaurants, to find your Jamaican food, the restaurants here, American style, Canadian style, beef, the steak, they love steak. And, we Jamaican, we love with stew beef, or well cooked soft. Here, if you order steak, you have to order well done, so you're not getting any blood in it. So food is different. The KFC, that's another thing, is different too. Jamaica, or KFC is number one here in Jamaica. Canada, it is different. When I have the barbecue, the spicy, it's just original. Right? So your first trip here to Canada, you might go out to a restaurant and you're like, what do I really order on this thing, right? Because so not will look familiar, it's all different. So that's the other thing. Food, culture, the weather. As you know, Canada, we have different seasons: summer, spring, winter, and fall. Jamaica, we have all season round sunshine. Yeah, we might get a lot of rains, hurricane, and all that stuff. Here we get snowstorm, snowstorms, tornadoes, heat warning, and all that. So that's another thing that you have to adjust to, dress to, shop for, and look forward to the different climate and the different seasons. Yes, there are several different places here in Canada, and each province, each cities, the weather is different. Some places up north is colder. They have shorter days, shorter summer, more winter, more cold. So that's the other difference. You can get up one December and say, okay, yeah, go to the beach. I go down to the beach and have a swim. Yeah, have a potluck on the beach. No, different. You have to we have to utilize summer as much here in Canada as if it's luxury. So the 3 months of summer we have a jam pack that with everything, lots of activities to enjoy, right? It's not an all year enjoyment, full enjoyment, fun enjoyment. You have a cookout. No, so that's different. The work culture. So depending on your work, your profession, your occupation that you're in, it is different. I did a video talking about nursing, different with nursing in Canada and Jamaica, as I'm a nurse. If you haven't seen that video yet, if you're a nurse, go ahead, watch it. After watching this one, of course, and tell me what you think about it. I also do several videos. I have a full playlist of what to expect when coming to Canada. So that will help you to be prepared mentally of what to expect. I also wrote a book called What to Expect When Moving to Canada. You can get a free chapter. I'll link it below. And the book is available on Amazon, both Kindle and hard copy. I know the Kindle might be the more beneficial one, easier access. You can just purchase it and read it there. Now, as I talk about work culture, things are different. So whatever training you got in Jamaica, when you move here to Canada, you have to get oriented, you have to get trained and adjusted to the work environment and the work culture. As I discussed earlier on, the people are different. Jamaica, we work as a team. And if somebody not like you, then it's very obvious, very obvious. Here, I'll say you're more working on a team, but have to be cautious of that team because you cannot trust everybody in your team, in your circle, right? So that's different. Jamaica, we sort of, you know how it goes. If you're a nurse, if you're a professional, you know how it goes, working together, collaborating. Here, it's kind of tricky. Kind of tricky. So when you land in Canada, just be cautious. Can't say I didn't tell you that. Just be cautious. Christmas and holidays are different in Canada. Yes. So the whole festivity of Christmas and Grand Market and all of those things that we have, the local celebration in Jamaica is different. Christmas is boring in Canada. Everywhere locked down. We used to a grand market, Christmas Eve, go out and we shopping and music play and dancing and excitement. Hey, here in Canada, everywhere lock up from half day, from 12 o'clock, places are closed. So if you not create your own enjoyment and entertainment at home, then dog name is supper. You're gonna be like, what is this? What is me coming to? So if you cannot afford to fly back home to Jamaica and enjoy Christmas, then you better find some people, some other Jamaicans like you who celebrate Christmas like you, who will cook with food and do a thing, and that is how you will enjoy Christmas. Now the other thing is big, and it is support system. Now, when you're in Jamaica, you have your whole family. You have your mother, your father, your uncle, your brother, your sister, your friend, and who can support you. Now, let me tell you, when you come to Canada, you're on your own. You are on your own. If you're hungry, so if you're lacking a little salt, you go beg your neighbor. You can say, hey, beg a little salt over there. So, or your neighbor cut a hand of banana and say, see a hand of banana, you're on a planting or a big piece of yam. Listen, Nobody look for that right here. So it takes time, and you have to find some good neighbors to really share stuff with you, share with you. Like for us here, we have our neighbors and we plant. Summertime, as I said, we enjoy the little summertime, little opportunity. So we plant like tomatoes, we plant vegetables, and usually we share with our neighbors. But you might not be lucky enough to find a neighbor like that. And it is different. You have to be cautious. You have to see if, are they gonna take it? And you don't know when they take it if them throw it away. you know. So I remember when I was in Jamaica, my neighbor she make pudding. So you get half of the pudding, you get piece of pudding, and you go and you help make the pudding, and you learn little things from your neighbor. You look at old time neighbors like your own grandma. You call them grandma, you call them auntie Patsy, and all those things. But here it is different. It is different. So there you go. The lifestyle and the culture in Jamaica and in Canada is different. What will keep you motivated though is remembering your why. Why are you choosing to move here to Canada from Jamaica? Is it for better or for worse? Now, recently, I think a few years back, I'm a nurse and I work full time, right? And I started doing a part-time nursing job just as another stream of income. Now, as I was doing that job, I think I lasted around 3 months. But what triggered for me to leave is that I work full time Monday to Fridays, and this job was a part time job where I would do like a Saturday shift or a Sunday shift when I feel like. No, these people calling me, stressing me out if we can't work Christmas Day, if we can't work Boxing Day, if we can't work Christmas Eve. And I'm like, no, I came here for better, not for worse. And you have to remember that and use that as your option. When you come to Canada, you come for better, so you create options, right? And I said no. And I was sharing it with one of my colleagues that, I resigned because I'm not working Christmas or holidays. And me no want nobody stress me out. I'm gonna just resign, leave the job. And she was like, but you're a nurse. I'm like, yeah, I'm a nurse, but I'm not any nurse. I choose to relocate to live here in Canada for a better life and a better future for myself and my daughter. You know why? I can remember days when I was at Jamaica and I would be at hospital from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Saturday, Sunday, and you work and you work and you work. And you're like, no man, I need a better way out. I have to relocate and move for better. So you have to remember why you move. When you come to Canada, yes, the lifestyle and everything will be different, but you have to sacrifice a little bit at the beginning stage in order to start thriving down the road, right? If you watch my videos, I talk a lot about creeping before walking and starting off and building your foundation. So, with that said, I'm just sharing with you. At times, you have to choose. There are pros and cons, right? Are you willing to give away the sun, sand, and sea in Jamaica to move here to Canada for a better life where you can create more options and more opportunities? So you have to decide and you have to remember your why, which will help you to keep motivated on your journey here of relocating to Canada. That's it for now. Thank you so much. And remember, go ahead, download your free chapter of my book, or I also have a packing list of what to pack when you're moving to Canada. Thanks so much. Bye for now.